Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and we are out of the running after that ugly game. Last game, I mean, man, I cannot believe how ugly that was. But we do have a chance to ruin Oklahoma's perfect season. We are going up against them. And look at that. Their top running back and top quarterback are both hurt. So maybe this kind of was meant to be a little bit. We got them at home. I mean, we gotta show up. I mean, this time we gotta show up. Ashton Cohen's getting to start in this game. So, I mean, it's gonna look like a different Marquette team on the field. But, I mean, this is going to be our toughest task this year. They are 99 overall, everything. If we're looking at the other side of the bracket, other side of the division, it looks like Texas is going to go to the conference championship. They do have to beat Iowa State. They do have to beat Texas Tech still, but it does look like they have the path ready to go. I mean, well, that last game versus Texas Tech, it could decide some things. And I don't know. I think Texas can get it done. We'll see how they finish the year. But let's just look at like bowl projections and what we're gonna look like at the end of the season. So I don't want to be one of these little slouch bowls. Let's see where we end up. So keep going down. So we're gonna be in the Cotton Bowl versus Missouri, and probably because they need a Big 12 team to represent one of these big bowls that isn't the national championship or isn't one of those BCS bowls. Let's look for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in the All-State Sugar Bowl playing UCF, and UCF's only 6-3. I'm surprised that UCF would even make it, but oh well. I guess we at least get slated up against an SEC team, and look at them. They are just monsters this year. They're number 5 in total offense, number 9 rushing the ball, and their pass defense is number 16, so they're doing so good. But I mean, look at our turnover differential, -13. I mean, that is just straight horrible. I mean, just so horrible. So let's look at the award finalists. Let's just see if we have any guys. So Alex Brown, I mean, I don't want to say he fell off a cliff, but he definitely has had a down year this year. You can contribute that a little bit to the offensive line. The offensive line hasn't been exactly great, but also our quarterback play. Our quarterback play has definitely hurt the running game because we've been down in games. We've had to throw the ball a little more, and Alex Brown just hasn't gotten his touches. So let's see. The Bednarik Cohen leads the nation in that one. Nagurski Cohen leads that one as well. But if we're looking at other awards, I'm pretty sure our team is not going to be slated up to win any of these big time awards. Let's see. Best linebacker Lewis Parker is there though, so he's having a pretty good season. Thorpe Award, Cohen's winning that one. Groza Davis is third. Best returner is going to be Chad Ball, mainly because of that touchdown he put in last game. That kind of solidified his spot there because it wasn't a guarantee before that. So let's take a quick look at recruiting towards the end of the season. Just going to take a quick look at the last week, and we did get a player committed, Cole Kugler. So it looks like he committed finally, and it looks like he's going to be a solid linebacker, probably a red shirt. Oops, I went back. But, I mean, not much has changed. Patrick Williams, we're getting ahead in him a little bit with him. Looks like he's going to be 44% locked, so probably one more week we can schedule a visit. Dan Harris, one more week probably for him. And also Matt Wesley. I mean, all these guys, they're getting close to a visit, so let's hop into this game, man. I mean, Oklahoma, let's hop into this. No more talk. Let's go. So we do get home field advantage in this game, so let's get into it right away. Ashton Cohen's going to get the start. Remember last game he came in at halftime. This game gets a start, and I mean, it starts out rough, taking a 10-yard sack. So on a third down, throws it across the middle. Kevin Oliver only gets the yardage back, so we do have to punt the ball away. And I mean, Oklahoma has a top offense actually, even though they're missing some of their top guys, their running back, their quarterback. They do have Kendall, who puts it right on the money for Marquise Brown, and Austin Kendall finding Marquise Brown, who is their top receiver, and he gets on the board. So it is a 7-0 lead early for Oklahoma. And I mean, Alex Brown having a decent season, but obviously he's taking a little step back, but he's ready to go in this game. I mean, he's fired up because he needs to get that national exposure. So here he is, 3rd and 10. Ashton Cohen back on offense, misses Kevin Oliver for the wide open first down. So now here comes this Oklahoma offense. Kendall leads him back out, and here he is trying to roll out to the right. That time he tripped over his own lineman. So facing a 2nd and 15, gonna send another blitz, and this time Big Todd Williams going to clean up the mess made by Paul Miller, and we do eventually get them to punt the ball away to Chad Baugh, and Chad Baugh gets a running lane on the outside and sets us up with nice field position that time, and we start the next drive on the 25-yard line. So facing a 2nd and 5, Ashton Cohen's going to roll out right, throw to Jamel Cooley, he's wide open, and what was that? All he had to do was catch the ball, but he does not turn around and see the ball in time, so that's a sure touchdown dropped. So here on a 3rd and 5, at least we get the yardage back, get Herman Rogers the ball in the slot, so he gets the first down. So facing a 2nd and goal one more time, finding Jamel Cooley, and he makes up for it. This time he gets in for the touchdown, and Ashton Cohen shaking the rust off a little bit. He had some rust to begin this game, but he recovers pretty nicely. So here we are back out on D, and Kendall with his 2nd incompletion of the day. That time Josh Dunbar is there on the coverage. So Ashton Cohen takes over to start the 2nd quarter, and here on a 3rd and 10, trying to find his receiver Jamel Cooley, but some more pressure, and this is going to turn into a really good game because it's knotted up pretty closely at the end of one quarter, and here they are on a 2nd down. Austin Kendall's trying to roll out that time. So now facing a 3rd and 5, Kendall's going to drop back to pass, try to run once again, but this time's going to get stopped by Lewis Parker, the senior. This is the biggest game of his career, possibly. I don't know, but maybe the bowl game, maybe the biggest, but this time we're playing a top 5 team, so definitely got to come out on top. So now we finally got to get this running game going. Alex Brown with his longest carry up to this point hasn't really done much because honestly the ground game is just getting stuffed by Oklahoma. So now facing a 1st and 10, 5 minutes left in this 2nd quarter, Alex Brown's going to get involved in the passing game. And that's the thing, if you can't get Alex Brown involved in the running game, you got to get him involved in the passing game because he is a dynamic weapon. So here we are getting another first down, this time to Christopher Rubright. So facing a 2nd and 6 this time, finding Jamel Cooley on the screen pass, and nice maneuver getting up to about the 30-yard line. And Jamel Cooley, I told you he was pretty athletic when I recruited him. He has 94 excel, only 89 speed, but he's a burner. I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, he, as tall as he is, he's very, very athletic, and he can make some moves between the numbers. So here we are, 2nd and goal after that nice pass that time to Christopher Rubright. Alex Brown gets in for the touchdown, and it's going to be a 14-7 lead with almost 2 minutes left in this half. So Oklahoma and Kendall in this offense take over, and here he is finding Charleston Rambo across the middle. So here is Kendall dropping back one more time, going to find Lamb, beating John Waters on the slant route that time. So now facing a 1st and 10 past the 50-yard line. This time going to dump it off to his running back, Anderson. He's going to get a first down, Rodney Anderson that is. So 2nd and 10. Miller is going to get open on that one. So now facing a 3rd and 5, 50 seconds left in this half. This time he's going to try to scramble out, and Austin Kendall is going to get sacked that time by Dylan Mack, and they're going to have to settle for the field goal. So there's 40 seconds left. Enough time. We got 2 timeouts, enough time to move down the field, possibly get some points on the board. So Ashton Cohen rolls out to the right side, throws the ball deep, and that was just a bad read on that one. The safety was going with the crosser, but then he adjusts his coverage. Look at that, adjusts his coverage on the fly, and Eddie McCray cannot come up with the jump ball that time. So now Kendall takes back over. 15 seconds left in this half, and he finds Brown once again open, beating Josh Dunbar. So on the next play, 1st and 10, once again beaten Josh Dunbar one more time as Marquise Brown, and he gets in for the touchdown, and that's going to, man, I mean, if there wasn't a worse time to make a mistake like that, I mean, it was there. We just gave them 20 seconds to get a touchdown, and that's exactly what they did. So just trying to throw a Hail Mary towards the end of the half, we end up throwing an interception, but we go into half down by 3 points, and we're within striking distance. Don't get it twisted. I mean, we did have to kick the ball to start the second half, but we got to play some defense. So back out on defense, Marquise Brown, once again, just torching Josh Dunbar in this game. And, I mean, this offense is pretty tough to stop. They got a lot of weapons. So we had to basically have our athletes be better than their athletes. And once again, here's another big play for the Oklahoma offense. Abdul Adams gets going for the long gainer on that one. So facing a 3rd and goal, Kendall going to do it himself with his legs this time. Get in for the touchdown, and that's going to be a 10-point lead, and this easily could have been a lead by us right now, but we turned the ball over, and we got to come back. So now down 10 points, we got to get this running game going, and here's Alex Brown finally getting a 12-yard rush for his longest carry of the day so far. So now 4 minutes left in this third quarter. This time Christopher Rubright is getting open, getting into enemy territory towards the 30-yard line. So now 4.5 minutes left on a play action. Jamel Cooley's going to beat the outside corner in this tandem. Jamel Cooley and Ashton Cohen. I'm definitely going to miss this last season. I didn't get to see it too much. I got to see glimpses of it, but it just seems like when Ashton Cohen's at quarterback, he just finds Jamel Cooley. But back out on defense, Josh Dunbar is just having probably the worst game of his career so far. Marquise Brown has taken him to school, but facing a 3rd and 6, Austin Kendall's going to roll out. This time, Big Todd Williams is going to be there for the stop. So we do get them to settle for the field goal. And look at their kicker. I mean, he could barely make that field goal. They got to start recruiting there. So back out on offense, 3 minutes left. I mean, there's a lot of time left in this game. We got to run the ball, show some balance here. So here we are giving the ball to Kevin Oliver on the end around, getting to about the 40-yard line. So now facing a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 2, that is. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and Alex Brown, an 18-yard rush. Nice blocking that time by our offensive line. So now facing a 1st and 10, just nickeling and diming them up the field. Facing a 3rd and 1 this time, Jimmy Ward in, and we are just doing a good job. Look at the clock. We're milking the clock, moving the ball. I mean, we're doing this methodically. So with 30 seconds left in the third quarter, this time on a 3rd and goal, Alex Brown's going to get open in the flat. They forget about him. They send a blitz, and Alex Brown caps off. What a great drive that was. That was a really good drive by this Marquette offense, and now it's a 1-point lead. So now, ooh, I mean, look at that defense. We're starting to slow them, led by Big Todd Williams on that one. And facing a 3rd and 3, they're attempting to run the ball, but Adams gets stopped this time by Vince Cohen. And what a nice tackle that was, because we definitely needed that, because they punt the ball away to us. And it's about 6 minutes left. If we can put together another long drive like we did our last time, we can definitely seal this game, possibly at least make it hard for them to come back. So now 5.5 minutes just about left in this fourth quarter. This time Alex Brown breaking a tackle, getting to the outside, stiff-arming a guy, and dragging his defender for a 20-yard gain. So 5.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. This time finding Kevin Oliver almost for the first down. So now the clock is ticking. We're just milking this clock off, moving the ball down the field, this time getting the ball to Jimmy Ward up the middle for the 7-yard rush. So now 3 minutes left in this game. This time Kevin Oliver's going to get open on the man coverage, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. That's going to be 4 passing touchdowns for Ashton Cohen. It's good to have him back, because we definitely missed some of the dynamic throws that we could have from him, because with Bradbury, it was just a lot of slants. But now, since we can throw the deep ball, we can throw intermediate routes, we can throw short routes, it definitely opens up everything in our offense. So now it is a 8-point lead for this Marquette team. So now they have 3.5 minutes left to drive down the field this time, and Kendall is gonna find Rambo. So many athletes on the field for this Oklahoma Sooner offense. And now facing a 1st and 10, once again Lamb getting loose, getting past John Waters on that one, getting taken down by Lewis Parker. So now they're about inside the 15, facing a 3rd and 6, 2.5 minutes left. This time Kendall's going to find another open lane, and we didn't have the spy on that time, and he recognizes it and gets the first down. So now we get him down to a 3rd and goal, but it's too late. Abdul Adams gets in for the touchdown, but they're down by 2, so they do have to go for 2 to tie this game up. So they line up in the shotgun for the 2-point conversion, and Adams gets the ball, but Ron Sands, a guy that's actually been a silent killer this season. I wasn't sure where he's been at this season, but he just like quietly makes plays. So now they have to kick the onside kick, but this time Jimmy Ward, the running back, picks this one up. But there's 3 timeouts left on their side. They can still stop the clock, get the ball back. So we had to move this ball. We had to get a couple first downs possibly and keep the clock rolling. So we get the nice 7-yard gain on that one. Facing a 2nd and 3 this time, Alex Brown gets the first down. So now we're down to 1 minute 20 seconds left. Jimmy Ward almost gets the first down. So now we're facing a 3rd and 2, 40 seconds left now. Alex Brown gets the ball, but he can't get the first down. But look at the clock. It's right on the money. So we lined up for the field goal just to add some insult to injury, and we drill it. And the upset is complete. We win it at home. We take care of business, ruining Oklahoma's perfect season. And what a comeback game from last week, because, man, that was bad. I mean, 9 turnovers. I mean, we didn't even have any of this game. So, actually, we had a couple. We had 2 interceptions. What am I thinking? But we didn't have any in the second half, which is where we really needed to buckle down, because we needed to come back. And that's exactly what we did. Jamel Cooley, Ashton Cohen keep that chemistry alive. Jamel Cooley with 2 touchdowns in this game. But, man, I cannot say enough about Todd Williams. I mean, just the plays he was making. He only had 2 tackles and 1 sack. But he was stuffing so many runs. It took away an element of their game. They had a couple of long runs, but he was doing the damn thing. I can't lie. He was doing his thing. And, I mean, honestly, with Ron Sands as well, he's on the field just about every play, and he's just making plays. And, I mean, it's good to have some defensive playmakers. Definitely something we haven't really had the last couple years. We haven't really had anybody that's been an impact player, except Lewis Parker, but he always shows up every game. So Marquise Brown gets his 180 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. But hit subscribe, hit that like button. We got Big 12 play capping off next week, so you don't want to miss that one. Stay tuned. Let's go.